So some people don't realize how much ground you have to cover in order to catch fish. They just look at your end result and they see, oh, you caught a lot of fish, you had a good day. You don't know what we went through to catch those fish. So we're gonna talk about it. Okay, some people don't know how to use a scale model, so I'm gonna try to dumb this down and make it simplified. I'm gonna show you how much ground I covered in order to catch those 21 fish, even though I didn't catch my limit on yesterday. And why some people catch more fish than others, because they cover a lot of ground. Alright, some people don't get why people say that this lake was a beating. Alright, this is why it was a beating. So on that 2-mile bridge, you see the scale for the 2-mile bridge right here. Right, I'm going to show you what that length is representing 2 miles. From there we're going to break down how much water was covered, or even estimate how much water was covered. So the 2-mile bridge is over on the left hand side. Here's my tracks that I made. Okay, with that same 2-mile bridge, that being the distance between the 2-mile bridge. Alright, I left the boat ramp, and after leaving the boat ramp I went over to the right hand side of the lake where they have some obstruction, and there's trees coming down the creek channel that's going across horizontally to the lake. So that's 2 miles. This right here going all the way across, that right there is another 2 miles. So that's 4 miles. From there I left and went down this bank line, still trying to follow creek channel. That's 6 miles. Went further up into it, that's another 8 miles. From there I said, let me go and skim the top up here to see if they're shallow. Okay, we're gonna say that's another 2 miles. So right now I'm about 10 miles in, covering water as fast as I can. Then I fished across the mouth of where this creek comes in and branches off. That's another 2 miles. That puts me 12. I went about a mile inside this creek channel. Going a mile inside and coming a mile out, that's another 2 miles. So boom, that puts me around 14 miles so far. Fish the mouth of this. That might not be a 2 miles wide, but we'll just say a mile wide on that. So we'll put that at about 15 miles. Coming back down, I now try to fish this bank to see if they're shallow. I'm picking off fish here and there if I can catch them. That's 2 miles from there. I'm up to about 17 miles right now. I then come back across the lake. 2 miles added to that puts me 9 miles going up under the 19 miles going up under the 2-mile bridge. Coming 2 miles added to that, I'm still traveling crossing water. That's another 2 miles. I'm about 21 miles in. After 21 miles in about there, 2 more miles from there, getting ready to fish the mouth of this creek that I saw on the south end of the lake, is going to put me about 25 miles in. This down here is about 2 miles wide. Boom, fish that. That's 27. I went in that creek trying to see if they were shallow. I still don't see enough to make me want to fish it. 2 miles to a mile and a half in that, boom, I'm pretty much over 30 miles in. Now I got to come all the way back out of this creek. So we'll go 2 miles out from there, and then another 2 miles up, and then another 2 miles across, because I fished the middle where standing timber is. I'm over 30 miles at this point. I got to come out from where I'm fishing the timber in the center of the lake, going towards the 2-mile bridge after fishing it, and that's what's going to put me up after I fish this area for a while and then want to fish that deep. So going up toward the 2-mile bridge, about 1.5 miles to 2 miles up, I then cut across, going parallel with the 2-mile bridge so I can get to the other side, see if I can catch off a couple of fish there. That's 2 miles. I am over 40 miles on this trip trying to catch 21 crappie. After leaving that area, coming back to the 2-mile bridge, I saw a couple of marks that I went back to trace, went back up that top part, came back down to the 2-mile bridge boat ramp, which is right here where my finger is pointing, after traveling back across. Adding all this up, I'm over 40 miles, but I say 38 point something. Yeah. So when I say it was a beating, you guys don't understand what I mean when I say it's a beating. And most of you guys don't understand the water that people cover in order to catch these fish, and why you don't catch fish. Because I'm not staying in the area that's not being productive, whether they got fish on it or not. If they not biting, they not doing me any good. I need them in the boat, not in the water. So these are some things to keep in consideration when some of you guys say, hey, I want to catch more fish. Interesting. Do you really want to do what it takes to catch more fish?